Salty. Yeah. All right, Mikey. Let me ask you this. Have you ever got bearskin condoms confused with actual bearskin condoms?
Never.
Do you use kids' gummy vitamins as a healthy alternative to dessert? Did your 9-year-old son tell his teenage sister he was going to dip his chicken nuggets in her tears?
Here we go.
You come to the right place.
That's a good one.
We're going all in.
Welcome.
We don't know jack.
We don't know jack.
We do know how to do proper handshakes on the second time around.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you're watching before, your TV's not broken.
Yeah.
There was no audio, but your TV works. Hopefully we're jamming now, so sorry about that. We're back!
Listen, man,
Welcome to the Jack Show!
Still live.
we messed up the sound on the first take.
And I would like
Some
to
people
say,
watch live for 30 minutes. We come back on, we can't figure out who's doing the high five.
Yeah.
Yes, the high five.
I was trying to.
So it's like
Feel
that
that.
sometimes. So it's like this these days, right? And then you're like, and then it's like,
Yeah,
you
we
don't
were
know
like
if you're
two
like-
people at once.
But you've been having that awkward one, or, you know, you
Yeah,
like,
like, put my hand on top of this white boy stuff.
Yeah.
That's COVID weirded it out, dude. You don't
I
know.
think COVID did.
Yes, it changed the depth. Like you don't know if you're supposed to.
Yeah.
No, I stay ready for it. I stay
Yeah.
ready. I stay ready.
I usually spit on them and then talk in a tongue that's not native to my own. Tell them that's our custom.
So I'm curious, man. So your son just be going hard with these.
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I was gonna
analogies,
say.
man.
That's a
It's
good
so
one.
Great.
That's a good one.
We need to start writing this down and getting a collection of his
Of his
slams
slams?
on Noel.
I like that one.
Me and Nicole, like we heard that, we're like, buddy, that's pretty creative.
Not even mad at you. That's
For real, that's a good one. That's a good one. I give that one props for sure.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna dip my chicken nuggets in your tears.
yes, dip them.
Wow.
That's gangster.
So I wanted to talk about this whole New York Yankees cheating scandal. I don't know if you guys heard about this.
Yes, we've heard about how they accused us of cheating, and everyone knows that the Astros and everyone strode out today. But yeah, so there's a story. I haven't heard anything about it, so it's fresh news to me. So what's going on? They obviously did something, right?
Yeah, they got a letter from the commissioner for cheating in 2015 and 2016 where they were using audio-visual equipment from the outfield, messaging it into the dugout, and then using players with Apple Watches to signal them on when to swing, ball strikes, that kind of stuff, or whatever whatever the pitch was going to be.
Yeah.
So New York has pretty much buried the story. ESPN buried the story. Like there's not even any mention of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is, like, in my opinion, cheating to the level that we did.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, like, we used trash cans and they used Apple Watches. It seems more sophisticated with what they were doing, you know?
Yeah. So that was like on an Apple II. Apple II series? They weren't even that good, man. I don't think they even had data on that one. They had Wi-Fi.
Yeah. You're right. No need. The Astros are cheating. They use the trash cans. So.
That's how we do it in the South, right?
Dude.
Bang on trash cans.
Yeah.
So the two guys that spearheaded that on our team, interestingly enough, were
so we're guilty
were
of
our
this?
bench coach and one of our older players.
That went to New York, right?
It was Carlos Beltran. He actually came from New York Yankees the year before and spent his last year in the league with us.
And he brought the trash can?
Cora was with Boston, and he came here to be our bench coach. Those two guys are on record as saying, y'all are behind the rest of the teams in the league. This is when that story first broke. It was those two guys that spearheaded it, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you know Boston, because Boston had got busted the year before for doing almost the exact same thing that we were doing, But because it was not, because it wasn't a rule back then, they just sent them a letter and said, okay, you can't do this anymore.
No way.
Yeah.
And that's on record.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
What they're doing is making us a scapegoat for the whole league, and saying it's worse for us because it was now a rule that you couldn't do something like that.
So we're admitted that we're guilty of doing this with the trash cans.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens now with the Yankees? Do they get investigated, or did they win anything? Weren't they bad when this happened?
Well, I mean, they were in the playoffs, but we beat them. We knocked them out 2 years in a row.
Why they were cheating with the outlaws?
Right, while they were cheating. So it's like...
Well, if they're cheating, right, and the players are in on it, like, is it that that much of a secret that if they get traded or go to another team, like, they're not talking about it?
They're going to talk about it, right. Yeah. So that's interesting, man, because this year I've seen 10 different players on other teams who have come out and said, we know for a fact the Astros weren't the only ones cheating. We played on teams that were doing the same thing. I took screenshots of these players. I got 10 different players. One of them was Miguel Cabrera.
So is it really cheating? Is there just a tactic? I mean, I don't know. Banging on a trash can. I mean, that seems like...
Dude, that's a good point.
Why is it considered cheating? What's wrong with,
If it's not a rule.
If it's not a rule.
Well, they're saying it was a rule when we did it.
It was a rule that you couldn't bang on trash cans.
No, not specifics.
Yeah.
Not that specific. Yeah. So what is there a rule that you can't do it on?
It's the audio visual.
You're not allowed to interfere with it.
And actually, they took that away and gave it to teams this year. So this year, you can actually do it. What they said was illegal for us and what we got in so much trouble for, you can actually do now.
So you can bang on the trash can?
Well, you don't need to bang on the trash can. You can relay it. You can relay it some other way. But if you wanted to bang on with the trash can, I don't know.
Yeah, Kevin, what's up with you? The freaking trash can, bro.
Freaking banging trash cans and stuff, man.
Well, I never knew that we actually admitted that we did it. I didn't know. I'm a new baseball fan, so I'm still learning this. And
you look badass in your hat.
I don't think we should have admitted
Space City, baby, Space City.
You look badass.
I don't think we should.
I like your hat better, man. I almost got that. I wonder, is your other white one dirty yet?
No, and I've wore it 3 times.
That shirt's clean too.
Do you wash your hands before you adjust it? Because that's what I'm always afraid about.
Absolutely don't touch it if my hands are dirty.
Which is probably you could touch it all the time because your hands.
Not even with chicken wing sauce. What if you had ragu on top of the chicken wing sauce?
Ragu on a chicken wing sauce?
And then you melted Velveeta. Would you touch it then?
I'd take a bite of that.
No, would you touch your hat? Oh my God. In any case, man.
So fuck the Yankees.
Yeah, and the media was trying to keep their story secret and say it's not a big deal.
Yeah, bullshit. And
should we burn a hat? I got a lot of Yankees.
Do you have a Yankees hat in here right now?
No, but I'll bring one. I used to wear one.
Yeah, we definitely need to burn it.
Yeah, we'll burn it. We haven't burned anything in here in a while.
Yeah, if you want, we can burn a Yankee.
We could. A Yankee candle. My girl loves those, man. Shout out Yankee Candle. We're going to burn you up in the studio.
Hey, man. Mikey told us before we got on that he doesn't watch news. Actually, he told us in the last episode.
He told us in the last episode that we filmed with no sound, so we're going to rehash everything that we said.
Yeah.
Mike, you said you don't watch the news, so you probably haven't heard this.
That Ukraine is
Elon Musk bought Twitter for $41 billion.
I heard an African American bought Twitter.
Is he from Africa?
He's from South Africa. That was a joke, so he's just South African and he's American.
No,
my boy Trent posted one and it was kind of funny.
I've heard a funny story like that where a guy was in college and they said, if you're African American, raise your hand, and he raised his hand. And people were looking at him all weird, and he's like, I'm from South Africa. What part of Africa are you from?
So the guy that did my elbow surgery, he was from South Africa, and he said he was an African-American and made a joke out of it. That's why I thought it was funny. But yeah, Elon Musk owns Twitter, man. Yeah. That's some big, big news.
Yeah.
And, man, who knows how it's going to shake out? We've talked about Elon on the show a few times, man. I don't think anyone understands his motives.
He's flexing. Did you see his post?
But I don't know if I don't know if his brain works the same.
I don't know if this was a real post or not, but he said, "My buy Facebook next."
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Oh, he was like, he said, I think he flexed and he said, I'll buy Facebook and then shut it down.
Yeah.
Listen, people don't know this. Like Tesla is worth something like $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then he has SpaceX, which is over $100 million or 100 billion, over 100 billion.
I did hear that he had to leverage Tesla to purchase the Twitter. I don't know if that's true, but I don't think
I don't know how much liquid asset he has.
He could probably make a phone call or two and grab a couple billion. I mean, like the people that he messed with are on another level, and I think a lot of investors would jump behind him regardless of whatever he wanted to do.
In any case, man, it's like the 5th largest now of his companies.
Twitter.
There's 4 in front
Tesla.
of it.
Oh, Twitter.
There's 4 in front of Twitter that he owns.
That's
like as far as how big they are.
Yeah,
that's insane. Twitter's what?
People are making a big deal out of this one because they think he's going to do something, with a political agenda, or in their opinion, a political agenda.
Yeah.
And it's like the opposite of what was going on with Facebook with all these people. When I guess did Mark say Trump couldn't have an account, or it was like,
well, Twitter suspended him.
Yeah, they got suspended from
Facebook did something.
They just suspended his account for inciting like something.
But whenever they did that,
inciting things.
Whenever they did that, I don't know if y'all remember this. There was a bunch of people who vote Republican who were like, we're going to these other websites.
There's actually a lot of other social media platforms out there that I was.
But I knew it wasn't going to take. I was like, they're saying that they're going to get over there for maybe a week. They're coming back to Facebook. Yeah. And what did they do? In any case, I bring that up.
The guys that are sharing, I'm leaving Facebook to go to this other one. Like, man, you still on Facebook? You're still sharing that.
I did think that was funny, but
who was that? I don't know. I didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
I'm not going to throw anybody's people under the bus, but I'll be.
In any case,
that's funny.
Now these people who are on the opposite political spectrum are saying we're going to leave Twitter, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, right. You're not. You're going to go to some weird website for a little bit, come back and go, yeah, I'm back on here.
And just like the other when they say they're going to leave it, they're ghosting. Which they get their account and then they're still watching. It's like a car wreck. Social media is like a car wreck. You have to look. People say they don't have Facebook. Nah, you don't post and you don't like stuff on Facebook. Majority of people look at it. Am I right or wrong?
I don't know. I think
a lot more people do than like and stuff because they don't want people to know that they're on it all the time. I could be wrong, maybe.
Nah, I think you're right. I think
there's a lot of people
point. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so.
The reason I say this is because it's been brought to my attention stuff that I've done that I've posted and like they didn't like the person didn't like how did you know it and this happens to me all the time
jerking off the dogs.
Man, so the funniest thing came in is that this lady
Kevin, we saw it on Facebook.
Tanya Butler came in and she's with City Lifestyle Magazine of the Woodlands. Shout out to her. We're gonna start working together, but she's doing a feature on Troy. And I saw her talk about it on Troy from 2 and 9. And he's going to do a feature article. He posted about it and meeting her. And when we talked, I said, yeah, Troy's been on the podcast. Here's the link. You should watch it. And when she came in, she goes, I watched the podcast. And I was like trying to remember like what was all said about that. And she goes, when your friend Nico came out the gun with jerking off the dogs, Troy cleaned it up real quick that had nothing to do with him. And she said at that point she was hooked and she watched the whole thing. Although you might have seen another side of him. There's some good content on there because they're going to do a big feature article for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
shout out Troy.
Yeah, shout out both. Tanya, too, she's going to Tomball now. And I think that Troy's probably going to be a part of growing that magazine because it's all about culture and art. So
that's cool.
Be involved in that.
That's really dope.
Yeah,
it's a small world,
Dude, we still got to go out there and do one on, like on location.
Yeah,
use our set there. They've got a really sweet place over at 209th in Tomball where you can hang out on like a little patio, and one of the businesses that's on that property is this really cool RV that got made into a cigar bar. And they were asking us, at Henry's, the cigar bar, if we would come and do the show from inside there too, sitting down in couches. So we gotta make that happen, man.
You really do, man. I want to go. I want to go see that spot.
So yeah, shout out 209, shout out Henry's, and shout out the
Tanya Butler with City Lifestyle. Yeah, look forward. We'll post about it when Troy gets his feature about it. They're gonna talk about their whole thing, which is cool.
Man, I wanted to talk about this at the beginning. we make coffee here every week before we do the show. We probably, y'all see me leave to go use the restroom. Mikey left to go use the restroom. Yeah, we drink like pots.
I'm on like my third or fourth one of these, and I'm buzzing.
Yeah, and it's it's 7:30 at night or 8 o'clock because we got started late, right? We had to do this twice. In any case, we're caffeinated up big time, and Mikey was kind enough to say, "Man, I'm gonna stop at the store and get some creamer, for our coffee." Mikey, you go into where? What was was it a named establishment, like a chain?
Yeah. What's the one right here? Right here, Kevin.
Flying J.
Flying J.
So you go into Flying J, a convenience store.
Yeah.
Not where I would look for creamer, but
yeah, that's like, I thought you went to.
You go in and tell me what
only
happens.
because I was on the freeway already here, so that was like the only stop.
Next time, go to Stripes just a little bit further.
Yeah.
So tell me what happens. You
I
walk
go
in
inside. I go to all the little doors, the refrigerators. Look through all of them for creamer. None of them have it. So I go to the front.
Red Bull.
So you were at the gas station at Flying J looking for creamer to purchase.
Yeah, to purchase some creamer. All right, I look at all the glass windows.
That's the funny part.
Why wouldn't they have?
Why
wouldn't they have creamer at it?
I've never think to go to a convenience store for like a mug of coffee creamer,
Yeah, like maybe some like cream or milk or something, but like flavored
creamer milk.
I think
hey, Mikey's resourceful.
Milk,
Let's listen to the story because he comes through.
Yeah,
comes through.
Creamer milk. They did have both of them.
Oh, but no flavors.
No flavors though.
Mikey ain't coming without
It
flavors.
needs flavors. So I went up to the front, asked the guy, "What's up, man? Do you guys have creamer? Do y'all sell some creamer?" He's like, "Yeah, over there." I was like, "Over there." I look. It's like
he actually went over.
No, I realized it's a coffee station. Yeah. I was like, no, they got some creamer to sell. I want to buy a bottle of some creamer. He's like, yeah, over there. Points back over there. So I grab a bag of grocery from like the counter, right? That's on the other side, and there's no one there. I just grab the bag, go over there, grab the creamer, fill up the bag, and then take off.
So Mikey comes in here with no less than 225 cartons of freaking creamer.
If you go to Flying J, you're drinking your coffee black for the next week.
What's that brand called that makes that in the in the stores? The name brand,
not the Coffee Mate.
Yeah, like Coffee Mate, or something like that, right? So they're all like brand name ones.
Yeah.
And you got like hazelnut and French vanilla.
It was probably like 25, 30 maybe.
25.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was 25 people. It wasn't 225. I got that wrong.
Oh man, that's some good shit.
Alright, man. Hey, listen. I don't know if you would consider this a way back Wednesday story, but man, that story actually reminds me when we lived in Tomball, me and Frank at that place where like the pigs were. And there was cows in the backyard. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah, I definitely remember that. I ran out there in the field and tried to punch this cow one time.
Yeah, but you're talking about the double wide. I don't think you're talking about
I'm talking about when you went down the dirt, like the road, and it was when y'all were a little bit older and you come out, it was like a blue house and the fence and the stuff was behind it.
This one was a house, brick house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that one. I remember the double wide now too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the house with the roof and the fence around it, and then the back there was the.
I totally forgot y'all lived in that
double wide.
Yeah, the double wide.
We lived in a double wide. It is what it is.
Hey, wasn't a single wide.
God bless us, man.
Nothing wrong with double wides, man.
At all.
People are talking about building these container homes. I told my wife, I said we should just get 6 double wides and put them together. It'd be a lot easier. They'd have plumbing. I don't know. So it's all into that.
At the house, not the double wide.
Okay.
When we were there, I'm watching football on Sunday, and it's like about to be halftime. And I'm like, damn, what sounds good right now? Some freaking egg rolls. So I know there's a Chinese restaurant right across the street on 249. This is old 249 where it wasn't like 4 or 5 different lanes,
Yeah.
In any case, I call it there because I want to do the order to go and then bring them back and watch the rest of the game. I say, how much for to go order of egg rolls? Oh, $2.99. I'm like, damn, $1 a piece? No, it's only 2. I said, whoa, you're trying to give me $1.50 egg roll? I was like, how much is your to-go buffet? Oh, $4.56, you know? Okay, let me get that to-go buffet. I roll in there, dude, get this to-go tray, walk over to the freaking buffet, put 27 egg rolls in it, and then the little wonton soup thing they gave me, I put all that sweet and sour sauce in it. I'm like, you trying to get me a $1.50 egg roll? I just got them all for 10 cents a piece.
Oh my God. So at the We Don't Know Jack show, we actually know a lot about how to get free shit. So
Yeah.
coffee creamer, egg rolls. Look, Mikey wants to know. Mikey's all about where's his
Yeah, because I love egg rolls. Every halftime show, I got to get the egg rolls, son.
I'm taking those to the house.
Man, I'm trying to set up shop outside and flip some at 10 cents an egg roll. You could at least go for 50 and make some money, go back in and eat for free.
Yeah. You slayed the shit out of those
Which one of
boys.
y'all said this? One of y'all was talking about how I should write a book on all the ways that I save money, right?
Yeah, Kevin said that.
Yeah, no, that was me because you're like the cheapest, weirdest cheap person ever. Like, yeah, you should. I don't know. I don't even know if you can afford the paper.
So what was happening is like we all went to the home opener game thanks to Kevin.
Have we not been on an episode since then, or?
Yeah.
We have, but I don't think we didn't mention it.
Yeah.
But we definitely didn't mention this. Like I was talking about when we get down there, like let's go, you know, like 5:30. Sit in the car till 6 at one of the meters, you know, and then you put 50 cents in if you leave at 5:30, or nothing in it if you leave at 6 out of your car, and then you're like 3 blocks away from the ballpark and you paid $0 instead of 25, 35, 45 for parking, you know, and when Kevin was like, dude, you should write a book.
Man, I wish we would have followed your advice because we drove around that damn place looking for parking.
Yeah,
and at this point, I would have paid.
minutes.
I would have paid $100. And then that one lady, she sent us through. Remember, I thought she would work there. She's like parking down there. And then as soon as
that's an Astros, like one of the people that serves food, like walk into the stadium.
Yeah.
And Kevin thinks she runs this freaking parking spot, you know, and he's like, is there any more spots in here? She's like, yeah, go. And I'm like, Kevin, who is this lady, dude?
So
y'all
wouldn't
doesn't know about parking?
Y'all wouldn't let me live it down either. And if she would have asked me for money, I would have gave it to her. I was thinking about that later. I was like, she could have got me for 50, and I probably would have tipped her.
Yeah. And she sent us down to nowhere.
Yeah.
We
drove through.
parking.
I was like, there's definitely not spots in here, and it's like super narrow. We're gonna crash.
Yeah, when we ended up going around, we got into that traffic jam.
Yeah.
So the funniest part about the story is that we wanted to be there at like 1:30 or 2:30, and we get there in we're 30 minutes.
As they're about to hit.
Yeah.
But we did talk about it because we were busting Mikey for the 4 innings and took him to get a pint of ice cream.
Yeah.
He's got a badass hat that he.
Oh man, yeah. So, anyways, that was another way that I've come to understand how to save money in situations. You know,
Yes.
I mean, like you can add these to the list of classics that people know, like taking your own candy into the movies.
Okay, so I'm going to throw one more at you because you didn't want to. There's two things. One, you won't buy the souvenir cup because if you want to bring them home, you're going to scour the stadium and you're going to get as many as you can. And we did that, but we left them.
I accidentally left them.
Okay, and the other thing I want to talk about, and it's very interesting, is explain the combos.
Oh yeah. Well, first, let me get this one out.
Combos.
Here. Don't buy the
Souvenir cup?
the souvenir cup if you want it. Just wait. Like 20 people in your row will just leave it.
Yeah.
And you just dump out the contents, you know. And then put them together, you know, pull down your pants and put them on top of your penis. No, yeah, don't do that part. You know, or at least send it to We Don't Know Jack, you know, on Instagram.
Yeah, and
It's real.
so Nico's been doing this for a while, and then we got an eBay account if you want to buy some souvenir cups. We can put a link up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
In any case,
That was a good one.
That's another save tip, right? Yeah.
Explain to me how to save money to eat there.
Man, there was no.
I mean, if
you want to save money,
it would have been crazy.
If you want to save money eating, at the ballpark,
Eat before.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like we walk into those lines, man, and most items are like close to $10 a piece. Yeah.
Yeah. So go back to the combo, man.
Right.
Explain
So-
the combo. That is such a great deal. Where they hold you hostage.
So on one part of the menu, it had like the menu item would be like hamburger, chicken strips, hot dog, corn dog, whatever. You know, you go to you go see the prices of them. And they they're in between like $8.99 and $11.99, right? To get the drink without the souvenir cup, it was $6. With the souvenir cup, it was $9. Right? So you put, let's just say, like
$3 for a probably like a 80-cent.
Yeah, let's say $9 and the highest one $11. Right? Let's put those two together. We got $20, right? They were selling combos, Kevin, and the combos were like $21.99.
Yeah.
I could have piecemealed the stuff together without calling it a combo and been cheaper than the actual combo.
So it was actually cheaper, or
I think it was 99 cents cheaper.
No, I think it had added up to the same.
To buy them separately? No, I think it was the same.
It was exactly the same because I brought it up to Shauna and I was like, I told her about the story because we thought it was hilarious. She goes, I told you about that. So my wife thinks as weird as you. I'm just up there.
I was thinking like, oh man, so let me just tell these people like, let me get the pretzel combo. They're like, that's not one on the list. I'm like, yeah, it's just doing this one over here and this one over here and doing them together. Right? Like that's all y'all are doing with your combos. You're not giving me a discount. There's no like $1 discount or $3 discount. No, it's freaking. Do you want the chicken nugget combo? Basically, I just give you these chicken nuggets for the price here,
but is the combo,
the drink for the price here.
Every combo everywhere else is discounted, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point of like
it incentivizes you to add something on your drinks more free or less money, whatever you want to call it. But only Nico would be adding up the totals before he gets to the register. And I don't know if you were factoring in taxes, but it was the same price. That's what made it funny. Yeah, because I did the math.
You're right. We did do.
I did do the math afterwards, and I had to do it on my phone because my phone has made me the worst at arithmetic. I don't know. Are y'all guilty of that too?
What's arithmetic?
Math. I think that's what it's called. But man, I'll pull out my phone to do simple stuff that it takes me longer to go on my phone and do the calculation than I could probably do it in my head.
I just had to do this today with Coke.
Normally,
a line of Coke. The line of Coke is typically at Kroger's $12.99 for a 20-pack of lines. In any case, it's $11.99 for a 20-pack, and it was on sale today for $8.99 for those 20 lines. And so I was like having to do the math in my head versus getting a 10-pack. Or no, yeah, a 12-pack, two 12-packs, so you have 24 that were $6.99 each. $6.99 each on sale. So I was doing the math, man. I was like, oh man, let me get this.
Do you do the grocery shopping for your house
all the time?
So how long does it take you?
It takes me an hour. I already have a list. I know what I'm getting. I know the direction of flow I'm going.
Okay.
And it still takes you an hour.
Well,
so let me ask you this about
some selection process, on the produce and the meats.
Do you know if your
which
price
is a large part of where I spend our grocery money?
Do you know if there's a price fluctuation, like if something costs more or less?
Dude, I was just talking about this.
Yeah, so you write it down that you knew that the last time I paid $3.99 for the macaroni and now it's $4.26.
I buy tomato sauce for my son.
You just say the receipt.
I buy tomato sauce for my son who likes spaghetti sauce. None of us like spaghetti sauce on our pasta, but he does. So I buy it. I usually it's $3.49. Okay. And then I wait till it goes on sale. No, I apologize. It's $2.49 typically. I wait till it goes on sale 10 for 10 where you get $1 off, and I get it for $1.49. Okay, this week it's $3.49. $3.49. So it's not on the sale. When they give me the sale now, it's instead of going to be $1.49, which is when I usually buy it. Like I'll stock up a couple. I wait, until it's on the 10 for 10. Now they're going to give me 10 for 10 at $2.49. It went up a whole $1, man. All that has happened on my groceries.
I am freaking pissed off about that.
We're upset. You know what, though?
I'm mad.
Are you couponing? You should coupon. That's a thing.
I've heard of couponing.
You should coupon.
I do. But it's digital.
Explain couponing.
I do digital.
Are you a couponer?
I'm not, but someone told me about couponers.
But now they make the couponing really easy because you could just get the coupon.
This should get serious. There's
people
that got books.
Yeah.
Are y'all saying coupon? Like
coupon.
Yeah, coupon.
Is that really how y'all say it?
Hey, Grand Poupon, like coupon.
Hey,
I don't know if y'all are being serious right now.
You know, like baseball card, like flip books, right?
Yeah.
It's blowing my mind that you guys might think it's coupon. It's coupon.
Q?
Yeah.
Was it Q?
Yeah.
P-O-N?
Yeah.
Coupon?
Yeah, you guys are messing with me, man.
So I do know someone that's like that, that's into the couponing or couponing, however you want to say it. But they go in and they'll like have lists and points to CVS and like you get behind them at a checkout.
Dude, and they had 3 baskets, and they didn't pay anything. In fact, Kroger's was like, "Here's some money."
Dude, walk
out with all these groceries.
I want to see someone like that.
I know, throw Robbie under the bus like we do every episode. His chick Tracy, she's
like 3 times he's got to talk about.
He's a couponer. He was just texting me, so hopefully he can hear this.
Robbie's it.
That's
I'm trying to tell people not to incriminate other people on here, Robbie.
I think it's badass though.
Robbie, I'm really sorry for outing you for couponing.
I think it's. I want to you know what I'm saying?
Sound like Stewie.
Be behind
so I grew up couponing with my family. My mom had the Rolodex. You don't remember that?
Yeah. We're going to cancel that word.
Yeah.
Coupon?
Yeah, I remember.
So the Rolodex, we'd save the coupons from the Sunday paper.
I've seen it. Yeah.
I was a cutter.
Where do you get your coupons from?
Man, it's terrible.
I'm surprised you're not a couponer.
I don't even know how we got so far off from the freaking topics.
All right, so let's swing back into the topics.
Golly, dude.
But stop. No. I think that we should have an episode, and you should come strong with the top 10 ways to save money for our audience, because the parking meter is great advice.
Do they have to be ones that
but I feel like the parking
are strictly mine or ones I use that might have been invented before?
Yeah, both.
All right, so let's do this. Let's have
both.
We haven't done a top 10 in a while, so next episode we're going to have your top 10, and then we'll have the top 10 best. And then, I think you should get one too, Mikey, because you've become you'd be pinching them pennies down too, right?
Yes, sir.
You're about themselves.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I don't spend if it's not needed.
Yes, sir. Saving money's making money.
That's right, baby.
Not a lot of people know that.
Gotta stack it to make it, baby.
You gotta stack it to make it. What were you saying about you gotta spend money to make money, but missing out the middle part?
Yeah. It was like, it said, I've heard that you have to spend money to make money. But I must be missing some middle part.
I feel like I'm missing that part too.
Yeah,
because I've been spending a lot of money and not making much.
Yeah, try being unemployed, man.
That sucks. And you're working on it.
Yeah. Every day hard. You got a good schedule. Schedule is key. That's so hard to be consistent.
You showed us your schedule and you looked really, really busy and you had all this stuff going on except for it looked like you had 3 days vacation.
Yeah.
What was that about?
It's just those 3 calendar days that were on there were no events those 3 days.
One of them actually had an event, but he didn't have.
So Mikey's usually on top of the scheduling. So did you have a little hiccup, but you pulled through? We pulled through. We made it happen. You know what happened though?
Who's responsible for that? Like, how does it get into when you see it digitally on your phone or your watch or whatever it is? Who was responsible for entering that?
That was absolutely my fault.
But okay, so that schedule you showed me several times? That's through what app? Gmail, Outlook. What are you using to put?
We use our CRM is
okay, so it's attached to your software program. Yeah. Do you input all your appointments, or do you have someone else do that for you?
Both. I do it, and so does my wife who works the office.
I'm like bad at appointments, so I just kind of for the longest time, I was just like, I'll be there whenever you tell me to. Just text me before you leave was my go-to. That way I could just make them. But now I have someone kind of scheduling my appointments. Absolutely, man. Appointments are important. Now I live off my work calendar. Like if it's not on my calendar, then it ain't happening. Then you didn't schedule it. For me, I'm a really, really important person. So people just line up. No, I'm just joking, man. I'm getting better. I'm horrible at scheduling. Oh man, I have to schedule it. It's got to be on the calendar. I told them, are you sending the calendar invite or am I? Yeah. Because I put it on the calendar. If it's not, then
kind of a big deal. Yeah.
No, it's just easier that way because if not, my time is dedicated for something like either.
Is your chore list on your calendar? Because Mikey was giving you hell about those chores.
Yeah,
no, I don't stick to an exact calendar for chores. I just know that I've got to do certain ones, certain days every week. You know, so yeah.
That or your chicken tenders get dipped in your tears.
Yeah, bro, that's a good one.
Spine
That's a good one.
Taking out
that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, I like
with
that
a
one.
nugget.
I feel like I've heard that one before, but regardless, I like it. I
That's
like
fresh.
that.
That's fresh material.
For sure. Yeah, I like that.
You know,
let's pump it up,
bro. These shoes.
Yeah, pull them out so people can
so
see them. Can you come in on them?
Like Kevin, man, you have so many fly kicks. Dude.
So we're talking about saving money. I do not save money on tennis shoes. My tennis shoe collection is probably worth more than my
You
car.
bought these from 1985.
Yeah, I went back to the future and I purchased these. And a lot of y'all remember these. These are Reebok pumps. Dude.
Yeah, man.
OGs.
My brother wanted some. We never got them.
I let Mikey open the box, and that box might not have been touched since back in the days.
I remember I was at.
Don't be picking at them,
dude. I don't know if you guys remember this place.
They've been worn. That wasn't part of the agreement.
God, what was that place? Not Wieners.
You can tell here a little bit.
We were at a department store, man, and they had these, but in purple. And I wanted them, but we couldn't afford them, man.
Back in the day, I'd get one pair for the year in middle school.
That's all it was. Yeah, you better pick it right. I was getting them at Wieners.
Yeah, I was Kmart.
Maybe it was Wieners then, because I just said that.
And then Payless.
Yeah, so I was super into shoes, or wanted to be, but man, my dad, you and him could write that book together, you know, about how to save money, you know. I finally started collecting the Jordans because I was pissed off. I'm like, man, I'm going to buy them shoes that my daddy wouldn't buy me, you know, all with my chest puffed up, like I made it, just a pair of shoes, but whatever.
No, because shoes those are a big deal, dude, and they're expensive, man. Yeah. Especially those kind of shoes.
It was hard growing up because my mom and dad wouldn't spend that money on me.
Well, I still can't. I was like, man, I've maxed out maybe $60-$80, like, and then it just really has to be like, I might spend over $100 on something.
Yeah, so my lifestyle is totally opposite of y'all because my disposable income is totally different.
Yeah.
Because I don't have kids.
Yeah, no kids.
And I don't. Man, when I stopped drinking, dude, I started making so much money.
Yeah.
Or saving money. One of the two.
I didn't spend that much on alcohol.
I spent a lot of money on alcohol. I always kind of like the higher end whiskeys and stuff. I spent a lot of money on alcohol over the days. Probably $500,000 a month, right?
Good sir. Let me get some of that top shelf whiskey they've got there.
Yeah,
nice.
I have a coupon.
You can't be baller and freaking be using coupons, man.
Can I get a coupon for my?
Yeah, be like Mikey. When that one time when I told him, I was like, "Yeah, I wait for the Twilight showing of the movies so that I can get it for half off." I never pay discount. You always gotta pay full price if you want to be a baller. Well, Mikey, nobody can be like you, man.
It ain't that way no more.
Who said that?
You, dude.
For real?
You were balling back in the day.
Yeah, you're giving me a hard time about paying a discounted price.
But y'all are still balling, but y'all are balling for y'all's family.
Absolutely, man.
Because y'all have a very nice life, you know, and you provide for your kids, and that's the type of thing that you look back on now, I think, and like kind of give respect to our parents, man, that they did what they could to make y'all's lives better or our lives better, man.
My mom was a G.
She stayed gangster.
She was gangster.
To this day.
Man, I'll tell you what though, man. Moms, man, they like to practice that tough love. Jesus, man. My mom drove us. She said, because she would never give us good cereals, dude.
Good cereals?
Good cereals. We'd always get like Toasted O's, and it was just generic as hell. Like the box barely even had ingredients on the side. In any case, you know, she'd always buy us that stuff. So one time she comes home, man, and she goes, you know what? I'd like to go get some Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles. And we're like, what? For real? Yeah, dude. We're like 13 and 11, you know? Jump in the car, dude, you know? We're like, oh shit, we're about to get these Fruity Pebbles and Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks, all this good cereal. She drove us to the freaking police station, bro. And then when we said, we're not getting out this fucking car, she went in and got the police officers to come get this 11 and 13-year-old out of her car and then give us the whole scared, they took us to the jail cells and stuff like that where they're holding people. Then they're trying to scare us straight and stuff.
Shut up.
Yes, dude. That's how my mom would practice stuff. She would kick us out and then call the cops and say we ran away. So we would get picked up and go to jail, dude.
Brutal.
No.
Yes.
Brutal.
And this was because y'all were little badasses, or just because she was trying to get rid of y'all?
She was calling it tough love. She was like, they need to learn their lessons.
You did need to learn.
But it was because y'all were out fucking up, right?
Well, yeah.
That's no excuse.
It's no excuse for my mom to practice tough love, Mikey.
What are my Reebok pumps?
Oh, you remember those Reebok pumps you wanted at Wieners? Let's go. Oh, thanks, Mom.
I went to Scared Straight
Me too.
when I was on probation. And juvenile probation. That shit was funny. And what was funnier was going through it because you're in the prison with real prisoners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I was like 12 maybe.
It would have been.
I went when I was in 8th grade, and I went by myself because I was in an alternative school. But I went with a group of other people, so I was just the only one with me. My dad drove me up there as part of some disciplinary action through getting kicked out of school.
Yeah.
And we went in, and they broke the toughest guy. Man, he thought he was tough. They had him crying. Yeah. But the funny part about that is that
it's like you get gang raped, and it's you're broken, sir.
You're scared. You're definitely scared.
You're literally.
We ain't gonna go there. But the funny part is, and we've talked about this before, so I don't have a hard time saying it, is that I was involved in the Scared Straight program on the other side when I went to prison. I wasn't one of the active ones, but we were one of the ones that went outside and heckled them. Like, we stood along the fence and hey, we're gonna get you, white boy! Yeah. But I wasn't a part of the whole thing.
Like when you're locked up, that's one thing they made you do?
Yeah, so they had a
signed
crew
up for
it. You signed up for it, and you got some extra stuff. They usually fed you good, but they had a crew that were
And you're on the Scared Straight crew.
I wasn't on the full crew, but we were allowed out we were allowed outside to yell at them.
Kevin was on.
We're gonna rape you, fish.
Yeah. But that's what we were doing.
When Kevin was like them, he had all the good jobs all the time. He was in all the good programs.
Where he told people he was gonna rape them.
Yeah,
that was his job. We're gonna rape you.
They had all this front stuff.
Paid $2.15 an hour for that.
Yeah, when they walked through the I had a good wage.
Yeah, dang.
Where were we?
Man, I don't know. That went off on a severe tangent, dude.
There he goes.
Where are we in the show, man?
Man, who cares? But we're at about 42 minutes, man. Okay. We're flying by.
God, dude.
Mike was telling this Scared Straight story. Do you want to continue?
I know. I don't even know how we got started on Scared Straight.
Did I say?
Jeez,
I guess that was the tough love. Yeah,
tough love.
Scared Straight.
Yeah, we're back to it, man.
That rabbit trailed.
That was awesome, though.
That was awesome. Did you break the car?
No, I'm good.
Ooh.
No, look, it's good.
Well, what else, man? What else is going on right now?
Man, we were trying to talk about the media in the beginning of the bias.
You mean on the other episode?
Okay, when we talked about whatchamacallit, Musk.
Elon Musk.
On Twitter.
Yeah, we talked about
We went over that. We went over that.
Earlier on the second one?
Yeah, on the second one. So, again, we might be talking about, the car is broke.
Oh, you just broke it.
He just slid me the car broken.
We were talking about, so we've got a buddy named Jared who's here at ASOP Studio. Sometimes he's here while we're filming.
Yeah.
He popped his head in, and I told him that we were going to be talking about just kind of the media bias that exists on two different spectrums of political views, and how they're probably owned by the same ownership.
The funny part about it is that he said he didn't want to be on the podcast. We were trying to drag him in the last minute. He said, I don't have anything interesting to talk about. And then you brought up what the show was, and then he went off.
Yeah.
And you barely got a word in.
Dude.
It was crazy.
It was ramblings. Honestly.
All right, so tell us what you think.
There's just some validity to what he says, but...
So. But that's what it was talking about. You got to give him a chance to...
Yeah, what are we going to talk about?
So we were just talking about how like the media will, they'll spin stories. It's basically a narrative, their narrative for their viewpoints and how they want you to react if you're their viewer. It's not technically information dissemination. Like they're not telling you like this actually happened, this actually happened. They're hiding some of the evidence to spin things the way they want to spin them, you know?
Yeah.
So I was having that topic with my mom, and she says that reporters are no longer reporters, they're actors and actresses. That they're just getting a script and told what to do.
If you're watching somebody on the screen, I think, that's probably accurate.
You're an actor.
Yeah.
I mean, you want a job, you want to be a reporter, but you're told what to say. I mean, there's not a lot of. I'm not saying they censor
they're
free
gonna
speech,
say,
but they tell you what to.
Okay, people, this is what
for the most part,
this is what we're talking about tonight. You know.
Yeah.
So you're an actor.
Yeah.
But that's different because we're also talking about that it was a noble position to be an anchorman, and like people respected you in the community. It was almost like. Back in the 60s and 70s, it was almost like you were almost a political figure if you were the anchorman for the town. You know, you were responsible for getting out
like
the
Martin
news.
Zindler.
Well, I think probably before him.
Slime
in the ice
Martin
machine.
Zindler was a G back in the day.
It was, dude. He was connected. Man,
Rest in peace. Is he dead?
Man, he's the one that got Robert in power. Just letting you know.
Man, so we got to talk, Robert. You didn't tell me about that on the
It was
application.
Marvin Zindler, man.
Yeah.
Godfather to men, man.
So the new joke is that Robert runs everything.
Robert who?
Don't worry about his last name, brother. You're asking too many questions
Oh, I
already.
knew I was gonna fall into that trap.
Too many questions.
I knew I was
Next.
gonna fall into that trap.
So yeah.
So the media bias. So is that really like new news? Because don't we all know that? I mean, we know that.
You think so? You think everybody knows? I don't think so.
I don't think they know.
I
I think there's some
that-
people, and I don't even know why. Like, because they're educated people, so I don't know why they wouldn't be more skeptical,
Question
like
shit.
me, on man. This feels like it's being, encoded this way to make me react like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Especially when they go, like if you were to go watch things on the other side, you see how it's being done the opposite way.
So I find it hard to believe that the majority of people don't understand how television works. The way television works is that you watch and an advertiser pays for the 30 seconds, minute, 2-minute commercial in between.
Oh, we can go home now.
So
learn something new.
So if you don't know that, which everyone does, why would you not think that the news has an agenda to advertise to a certain group? I mean, to me, it's common sense.
Like the sex sells, sensationalism.
The bigger
fear.
Yeah.
Fear sells.
Yeah.
That's
the bigger commercials, right?
Yeah.
That's what we were joking about on the silent edition of part 1 of this episode. As I was saying that, like, you watch the news show and it's like, oh, you're waiting for this and that. They're like, all right, next at 5:30 p.m.
coming up at 5:30.
You're like, it's 7 a.m. man. It's 7 a.m.
A cat went to the White House and shot it up. You're just like, what? God, I gotta wait for that. And 5:30 comes and I go, we're gonna give you a little clip of something we're showing at the 6 o'clock news this evening. It's like, yeah, man, give me some more, son. I'm gonna laugh.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Put it in my arm.
Yeah, they just keep you strung out, man. And finally at 7, it's not really that great of a story either, man.
That's what we're talking about,
Dude,
though.
I already knew that, like 8 hours ago.
COVID changed a lot of people for the news. Because I was saying, and Mikey was saying that he didn't watch news, and I didn't watch news on a regular basis before COVID. But when COVID happened, we all thought the world was kind of falling apart, so it was all over. And then I haven't been able to stop, which is weird. I mean, you're talking about putting it in the arm. I mean, that's kind of how it is. I like to know what's going on in the world, even though I know I'm getting baited in that or sway, but I watch a lot of different channels.
When
a lot of
with
different
COVID,
views.
right?
I was glued to the TV.
I could watch it. I watched it like a couple times, and it was just all the same.
At some point, it was like an
That's
ESPN
a
game with the ticker going and like the death count on this and that. I was like, man, like they have this thing like a sporting event. which shows you that something happens and that draws people's attention. Stats and numbers flashing around.
I think it's a great way for both sides to keep people entertained and keep them like attached, right? You know?
Yeah, it's kind of like the elections, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I'm not saying they created it.
Yeah.
I'm saying they took advantage of us in it. You know?
Yeah. So when I watch the election results on a couple of these things, they have the map out and they're like, if he gets this one and he gets that one, it's almost like a sporting event. They're like, I don't know. I think the media sucks, but I mean, they do advertise stuff that we like, and that's another thing about the algorithm, you know, and the media translates into social media, which has an algorithm and usually produces results that you like based on your search history and all that's being tracked. But some people say the algorithm's bad and they're being manipulated, but you chose to join that platform.
Absolutely.
So you've given the permission for them to utilize your information to follow that algorithm. And if you've done that, it's not bad. You've made that choice. And for me, I love the algorithm. If I'm looking at something that sparks my mind and I press, like today I was looking at these t-shirts that were like kind of tailored and a little bit different than had the baggy sleeves. And then I'm scrolling through my feed later and I see a couple different brands. That doesn't make me mad. That makes me know Facebook's got my back. They know I'm looking for some new tees.
You know what makes me mad?
It's a whole different way to look at things.
You know what makes me mad?
I love the algorithm.
Like a lot of people hate it.
That's
like,
good.
Why is this thing? Show me pictures of stuff that I thought about a minute ago.
But that's what you said though. You signed up for it, right? It asks you when you download an app, do you want to be tracked? Do you accept it, right?
Oh,
but
I thought they meant like, will they come out and find me if I get lost? You know, like tracker.
Good stuff.
You know, like
no, but the
Native
algorithm.
American
I
tracker.
hope some people caught that, because the algorithm is something you signed up for, and the algorithm is to help you buy the stuff that you want, and the advertisers are putting out money to get the products in front of you. I mean, it's all for a great purpose. It's not this big conspiracy of like tracking your information and this and that. You sign up to have results given to you on things that you want. I mean, it's basic AI that you're involved in and participating in.
And here exactly is the thing that I'm talking about. You can leave out some harmful information and give all the promotional information about a subject and spin it one way, and then and somebody on the other side of media can do the opposite. I'm just using you as an example. Like, you see this as a positive thing that they have all this information, but we see plenty of people that say like, I don't like them tracking me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like they got something to hide from, right? Like, why are they tracking me? The government.
At the end of the day,
what are you, dude? What have you done? You're an accountant, bro. You know, you never been to jail, you never been arrested. You know, why is the government tracking me? I hate it.
You're not interesting, buddy. No one cares what you're talking about. Like,
I know they're watching me because they show me ads that I want to buy because I was thinking about it.
Those jerks. No, but you shouldn't be mad at the government.
Can't control it.
When I explain the algorithm is paid for by the people that are pushing the products that you buy. It's not the government. It's not Facebook. People are paying.
People think it's the government.
But it's not even Facebook. It's the companies that are paying Facebook to target you. Yeah. And then you're mad at Facebook for doing it. Don't be mad at Facebook. Be mad at the person that's paying Facebook.
Do you know someone specific that's like that?
I kind of think that. But...
No, someone specific.
But when I say government, I don't mean like the government we see like politically. I mean like the establishment of real money that controls even presidential elections. You know, like.
Oh yeah, that's real.
Maybe. I don't know. Prove it.
Man, I'm not an Illuminati, bro. You know, I'm not in the club, bro. There's a club, but I ain't in it. You know.
Not a coffee. I don't know.
I mean.
We could go up levels and say that there's some people in power, and a lot of these things that people say is that they use the word they or the big state or these people that are above and kind of puppet master and all these big decisions. But I think if there was giant conspiracies, like even just for COVID, like some people believe COVID was a hoax. You can believe in the severity of COVID. You can have your thoughts about the vaccine. There's a lot of different things.
I don't believe in it. I don't care that my cousin Ralph died of COVID. I don't believe it was COVID.
Yeah.
But if it was a hoax, don't you think someone at this point would have thunk, I mean, people can't keep their mouth shut on shit.
Dude, everybody knows somebody that died or got sick from COVID. So you can't. I mean, there's on that one. There's no way to say it was a conspiracy.
Yeah, no. It's just real, but I think that people really can get silenced. You know what I mean? And I do think that, like,
all the time.
So
some people really can't speak up.
So let me ask you this, and we were talking about Elon Musk purchasing Twitter. The first African American to own Twitter is Elon Musk, and he's from South Africa, and he's an American. And they were saying that we're going to open up free speech on Twitter because they were censoring a lot of people. But has Twitter and Google gotten to a standpoint, even though they're a private company, they're so large? Is censorship okay or not okay with that? Because people rely on them for.
I would say, like, honestly, for companies like that, like, how do you not, like, how are you being held to American standards? Like, aren't you a global company at this point?
Who's this?
Google, Facebook, all those, yeah. I mean,
like, how can the American government tell you what to do? Aren't you a global company?
It's not the American
I think
government
every country that they're in, they have rules.
Well,
like
and different restrictions can go on Facebook, but the government's not controlling Facebook's decisions on censorship.
Yeah,
that's Facebook.
Whatever, Kevin.
That's Facebook deciding people, and Twitter. Twitter banned them, not the government. Twitter banned a lot of people because of their political beliefs, and Elon Musk is going to stop that.
But people think it was because the government was using, their manipulative ways.
I think they're going to use their power, especially if they got pulled in certain positions.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm excited to see what Elon Musk does.
I'll tell you what, man. I got no problem thinking that companies, if they're worth $44 billion, I have no problem thinking that they'll be worth $100 billion in a couple of years.
Yeah. He
has 4 companies that are valued at over $100 billion, and one of them is $1 trillion. So he knows what he's doing.
$1 trillion.
He didn't do this just to open up free speech, man. He knows that he's going to make money from this deal.
$999 billion. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know if people can factor that, but I don't think Elon Musk is on the same level as all of us. I think that he thinks differently. That's why I'm curious to watch how it unfolds.
It's just the right time.
Well, he's on this. No.
Right place at the right time.
No, Elon Musk is
kidding,
on this.
man.
I know you're kidding, but not a lot of people know this. Elon Musk is self-admitted on the spectrum of Asperger's, so he has a hard time communicating with other people on like a social level. So his brain thinks differently, and you can research this. And he's self-admitted on the spectrum. And he's a genius, and most people that are on that spectrum of Asperger usually are some sort of genius, whether they're creative. And everyone thinks that Elon Musk is this big businessman. He'll tell you straight up, he goes, I don't know a lot about business. He goes, I've hired a lot of smart people about my business. I'm a creator. I'm an engineer. He designs these spaceships and Tesla cars. It's not just coming from people he hired. That's his specialty, is blowing rockets up in the air, and he's got a lot of smart people.
So that's what I was going to ask. Do y'all think, right, because like for every company, you got to have a strong team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got to have strong people around you that are better in certain areas.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that he comes up with the idea and then he has his,
I 100%.
His people,
I think he's hands-on
together,
too.
solve the stuff? Or do you think he's like, kind of like, what's his name, in that movie, Iron Man.
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark, super smart to where he figures it out.
That's like Kevin's making it seem like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he is super smart, and I think he honestly has a big hands-on the design and engineering. He obviously scaled up to a point so big that he's got other people helping him, people underneath him. But he has a couple quotes, and it's like, I don't need a Harvard degree, I just need to hire someone with a Harvard degree. And he's notorious for picking people and putting them in the right positions. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You just got to be a good leader,
Or he has the right, because I mean, how much time does he really? I wonder like how much time is he really putting in? There, like is he having like office meetings? You know what I mean, with his managers, like you know what I mean, or is it him?
I think that's a PR.
And one guy. Have y'all seen that movie, The Billions? It's on Showtime. I think.
No, I haven't watched it.
That show is awesome. Yeah. With the guy at the top is like a hustler, rich dude.
I think Elon Musk's motivation is definitely different than a lot of people think. So,
Yeah.
Nico, man, we're about 55, 56 minutes in, man. You got a way back Wednesday or anything else?
I already gave the way back Wednesday, but I got something else.
All right, let's hear a couple good stories.
You got some goods?
Yeah, so I was thinking about this video I saw where it was exactly what I had said in one of our text chains that we're on with a bunch of guys that we know, where I was like, man, how come like M and Snoop don't get canceled for stuff that they said way back when, like versus, you know, the LGBT community or versus women, right? And I was thinking about that, and then I started thinking, I was like, in the interview, he says, they go, you know, Snoop, would you like to apologize for some of the lyrics that you said, you know, like using words like hoes? He was like, hell nah, fuck them hoes. I was like, what? Damn! That dude, you know, like some people just can't get canceled. But then my next thought was this. I was like, man, why did so many girls like certain rap songs that were super like degrading towards women? They'd be like, yeah, I cheated on that girl, gave her AIDS, got her pregnant, then left, bounced on her, you know, beat her ass when she came back asking for money. And they're like, yeah, this is a great song. You just gotta stick the beat, you know?
Bouncing their booty.
Why were girls listening to rap songs that were really degrading towards women? They're like, you know, wow, 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 yeah, I'm a hoe. You know, like,
so
dude, what?
One of our favorite artists, too, that we talk about that not a lot of people know we like is Cardi B, man. And I like it that these powerful women are singing about themselves and their sexuality now. And it's not the men degrading them. They're taking their power, man. Because Cardi B, she's
You
nasty.
like it when the women degrade themselves?
No,
You don't like it when
it's,
the men...
they're using their sexual power. I don't think they're not degrading
I'm just
themselves.
saying,
They're
like,
taking what was degraded and making it their power.
I'm just saying, like, how weird is it that you, like, have, you know, girl friends that you grew up with who would sing these songs, you know, these rap songs. They would sing them and they come on to the club like, oh, it's my jam. Yeah. And the song is like, I literally beat her up and kicked her in her pregnant belly, you know? You know, and they're like, what? Why do y'all like this?
I think probably from back in the day,
people are a little bit less offended.
Yeah, a little less offended, more relaxed, you know, more like it's more about the just music and a good beat and you know what I mean, getting ratchet.
Man, these kids today, Mike, they're soft, bro.
They are soft.
Yeah.
You can't handle little offenses, man. You know, this is on that Chappelle skit. I know we're running over, right?
No, you're good.
This is on the Chappelle skit, the last one I think it was, where he said, he was like, I don't hate the LGBT community. I actually envy them because I think to myself, I get jealous. I say, how can their movement be going so well? He's like, in a matter of like 30 years versus us for hundreds of years.
The black
He's like, Da Baby was the #1 recording artist just a couple of weeks ago. And then he fell off stage, said something anti-LGBT, you know, community.
Fell off. And
they canceled him. He was like, what y'all don't know about Da Baby is he's a wild guy, man. He went into a Walmart and shot and killed a dude. He's like, so this is what I'm trying to say. You can shoot and kill a black dude is what he killed. He's like, and become #1 recording artist. Nothing happens to you. But if you say something negative about LGBT community, you'll be canceled immediately.
Dumb, man. They got some stroke, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, that's a good Da Baby. Da Baby.
Wild dude, man.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
all
crazy.
right, man, we're going to wrap it up, man. Thanks for coming out to the JAK Show. If you watched it earlier and your volume did work, we're out sound, but here we are, man. Subscribe. Had a fun show, man.
Thanks, hit
Love
like.
you guys.
Get it right, baby.
Get it right.
Get it tight. Yeah.